Hi, I'm Danielle Cumming, Artistic Director of Marlow Guitar International. As part of our series Marlow Connects, Conversations with Performers at Home, I speak with French guitarist Gaëlle Solal from her rehearsal space in Brussels. Gaëlle performed for us at the Marlow series in January of 2020. It was a new program for her, and we were thrilled that she chose us to premiere it. It was a very exciting evening of sonatas, and of course, we didn't know then that it would be one of our last concerts of the 2020 season. So in this video, I speak with Gaëlle about all that changed after we saw her and what she's doing now. She'll explain about life in Belgium, where she maintains now a busy online teaching schedule, and all the work she has done to add new offerings to her website. It's very newsy, and I know you'll enjoy. So here we are. How are you doing?
Fine. Uh, I don't know what to say. Honestly, I'm fine, but it's also very hectic in my head. Many things going on. So I'm worried for the people I love. I'm worried for the world. I'm just feeling also that after these weeks passing by, at least here in Belgium, there is nothing done for the culture. Nothing. So there is not a single idea of when we will be back, not a single proposal to help the artists. So that's very scary. So there is few funds here and there, but anything from the government. So that's very, and they've been doing like a lot of, I don't know, talking about many different things, sports, many things, but nothing about culture. The word culture was not present in the speech. So so I think this is what is worrying me most, is like feeling that in time of crisis, culture should be really preserved, because this is who we are, what we do, and we are completely on the side. And they say, yes, you don't work, you don't, there is no value, and just like, and a friend of mine is very active, and he is building like some numbers to show like how much of the economy is built by culture, and it's huge. I think it's more than the car industry.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, in Belgium, it's more. So in terms of job, of everything surrounding, so it's like it's a big part. And if we exclude, of course, the emotional parts, and everyone knows that during this crisis, with no book, no film, no music, what would have happened? Would have been crazy. So I don't know. This is very scary for me. This word with no attention on culture.
Well, and because we see Germany has just announced this
I know.
large stimulus for artists, right?
Yeah, I know. And this is what is very. If you see one country which is, it's just a neighbor doing this like very quick at the beginning of the crisis, and some friend of mine, you had to fill a formula, and in 2 days you had the money on your bank account. That's it. So it was like tack tack tack. And here it's like, when we are asking, people are, we are, the good thing is people are going, we're doing like some big association to be stronger, but still there is no answer, and they're like, yeah, we'll see. It's like, no, like some people are completely in danger. It's so that's kind of very scary.
I can see. Yeah.
But from the other side, also I feel good and blessed also, because my family is safe. My dad is safe, he's a doctor too. My brother is a medical doctor too, and he's really in the first line in Marseille, and he's very tired because they're working like crazy, but he's fine, he's safe.
So
So
we were talking earlier, and you were saying that both your dad and your brother have been treating patients, right? What is
yes, yeah.
so?
And so my dad, he has a private, how do you say,
Private practice or
private practice. So he's not directly treating, but he sees some people. He has a lot of work. But my brother is really in the COVID unit, directly in the hospital, and my sister-in-law too. So they are really, both of them, yeah, with two children home. Yeah, that's that's a lot. Yeah. I was just talking to him right now, and so it was. He had just a small break, and he said, "Yeah, can I talk to you just to get some news?" So
how is he doing? How are things in there, and how is he feeling? And
he's a very dedicated doctor, so I think he's really doing what he loves most. But I think he's exhausted. But he's he's a very tough guy. So I think he wouldn't say, but I think after all of this, because now it's calming down a little bit at least in south of France. So, but he say now he will rest a little bit. But I think there will be like an after effect when you had a lot of stress and
yeah.
So that's
They'll be, yeah. We were talking about this in the United States as well. Like the healthcare, in every regard, they're seen as heroes, but also how do we support them and how do we?
Yeah, and also in the daily life. So because of course when he goes back home and also with his wife, they have no time to do some shopping, grocery, and they have 2 kids home and they have to eat. So my mom go and find some vegetables and stuff and brings them. So it's like, but it's because my mom is taking care of that. But like I can imagine for some other people, just you go back home and you are alone and your fridge is empty. It's like, it can be food, it can be emotional support, it's a lot of things. So I do feel like they are heroes, but we need to do something afterwards. So definitely like so many people involved into that.
So how is the situation now in Belgium? So is it better in France or Belgium, or is
No, I think it's better in Belgium, because in France they had this huge part, depending the region, they had like big regions where like it's terrible, really. The number of deaths is just like super high. In Belgium, it's kind of contained somehow. We should be on next week. Some shops are opening again, and in 2 weeks, some schools are going to open again. Not the small schools, but like some of them. And we should be able to slightly go out and with masks. So, and but we are in a totally, we don't know, like I think in many countries, like what's the next step, and I think no one can know. Like if there is going to be a second wave, what is going to be the scenario?
Right. Yep.
And for culture, people are thinking maybe, because nothing is said, just say everything is forbidden from now, but like people say, okay, what if we organize a concert open air with very large space? So so it's, we don't know.
That could be a possibility, maybe.
I
hope.
Yes.
Yeah, with the the physical distancing, I guess they call it.
This is what I feel like very crazy, and I see that with my son. Like he's only 3 years old, and I explained him like very clearly. So we have a little mask for him, but it's very difficult. He's too young, and I explained him you can't go too close from the people. And I explained him we did some drawing of the virus, and we just got the virus. So we just invented stories, and for him it's also difficult because of course between kids, when you see kids, he immediately go like we would do normally. He goes
to play.
And I don't know, this new society where you can't touch anyone, you can't get close. This is going to be scary. We need that touch feeling.
Like our whole way. So are even the playgrounds closed outside?
Yes, everything is closed, and for him it's very difficult also. So I don't know how, but he's very like resilient, because he kind of understood, don't know how, like he can't do that, and someday he will. So what I try to do to keep the mood, because I feel it's so it breaks my heart just to tell him he can't do this and that and that. We did a list of everything he wants to do when the virus is gone.
Nice.
So it was very nice. So he say, I want to learn skateboard. So he's too young, but I say, okay, we will figure out. He wants to learn to fish. I don't know why. So I'm like, okay, we will find a place to fish. So for now we do everything by drawing, but I want him to be in the future and in the dream place, because otherwise when I just say everything he can do, and in the parks, we can go still in the parks in Brussels, in Belgium, and you have these big signs of everything you can't do. So you can't sit on a bench, you can't. So whenever you come, you know it, but for the kids you have all these big red signs, and he's like, okay, we can do this. And I'm like, oh my,
It's a lot. Yeah.
lot of you can't.
Much more fun to have a list of what you will do. I think that's
Yes.
a great idea.
Yes, I say we have to change the mindset. Yeah.
Super. And now you have started since last we talked. So last time you played a concert, you said was for Marlow. That was in January.
Yes. Yes.
It was such an amazing concert and so much energy, and oh, we were so happy to have you. And
Yeah, me too. Yeah, yeah. And it was a new program, and I was, yeah, it was.
that's the
Yeah.
start, and then everything changed. And then, but now you say you have a new website, you have new projects, right?
Yes. Yeah. I decided, like, because it stopped, so I said, okay, I can, like, I have no other possibilities than to reinvent myself, because from what I read, like, it's going to be for months and months. So what I see, like, many things are getting cancelled and we don't know. So I don't want to be just waiting. And so I decided I need to refresh first my communication. So I had this new picture done before in December. So I decided to do my website. It took hours. It's a big work to think, like, what I want to transmit, the way it should be, and then technical part.
You did all that yourself?
Yeah, I did it with, this web.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, but it looks great. I was like, wow. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And then I decided I wanted to do some class online. It's something I've done many years ago, but just a little bit. And now I'm like, okay, maybe this is going to, I can earn some revenue, some fees with that, because otherwise it's very difficult. Yeah. So I first did it, like I said, people, I'm going to do that, but I realized it has to be organized, because otherwise it's impossible to do back and forwards, when, what hours. So I decided to do this really nice platform when you can book, pay, do everything online, and it goes directly to my agenda. So I just look at, like, okay, there is 1-2 class. Just yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, and it's getting pretty well. So it's beginning, so I'm just at the beginning, and I still have to say it more, because I could teach nearly everywhere now with this system. So, and it can be any timeline also, if we figure out. Also, it can be someone in the States, someone in Australia.
So have
Yeah.
you had students join you from different places in the world?
No, for now it's only from Belgium, but because I have to advert a little bit more, because people has to know it also. Yeah, and I also use some with my iPad. I write on the scores, and you can then I send it after the class, so you have everything on your score, exactly if I would have done it on the paper.
Yeah. I was looking at your website and you were talking about this link called News It?
Music, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's great. It's equivalent to Fourscore also, but it's very collaborative. So you can, if the two of us have the same application, I can write on my score and you see it directly. So people in orchestra use that. So I was like, okay, let's do this. Yeah.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
learning a lot about technology, I think.
Oh yes, a lot. Yeah. And you can record the class with Zoom, and then the student can see it again. And it's kind of the only problem, you can't play along because there is some delay, but still it's okay. It's a different way to do class, but it's okay. It's okay. So you can explain. So I'm not so good yet in cameras and stuff, but I'm getting better. So I can maybe use my computer for the normal, and then like add my phone to have, like, just on my finger to show something specific. So
Right.
slightly.
Yeah, very creative. We have to be, I guess, right?
Yeah, totally. And for now, I started like individual class because that was the easiest to set up, easy. And I want in the future to do some collective class because it's fun also to have many people around and do some technique, talk about the piece. Or, but still, for this, I have to prepare more and find out which hour when. So.
And did you participate in that large guitar
Oh,
ensemble that was?
yes, it was so much fun. Yes, they gave me a soloist part. So yeah, I was the purple part with Scott Tennant. We had the same, and it was fun. It was so weird to record it and send it, and then say, okay, then what? And then when I saw the video, it was like, wow.
So how many people do you think participated?
140, I think.
Wow,
Yeah,
nice.
that's a lot of work. A lot of work. So we had this click thing, which is the only way to do it, which is the only way. But still, but I think they did a great job, um, like syncing the project, and also they gave us some tutorials to record ourselves. So they explained us how to record the video and do the audio part, and then fix them together to get like very, but with easy programs. And no, they were very good.
Oh,
It
that's
was the first time I ever did that, so I was like, okay.
oh great.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet, but I heard about it and
yeah.
can't wait to check it out. Yeah, it's such a nice idea that we're all together. And that was this idea of these calls. It's like we were having a concert series and then suddenly we had to stop. And it's sort of like everybody was in different places in the world, people who were going to come and play for us, and also people who had just, like yourself, who had just come. And then we're on lockdown too, and so we wanted to do something for our audience who are all at home, but also we also want to check in with everybody. So the series has literally, we have friends all over the world now, but
And
so
I really feel blessed because I have to admit, like, you are one of the few organizations who did this, and it really, yeah, it goes to my heart because this work is not only about going somewhere and playing and going back, and like we have to talk about fees, about which hotel, blah blah blah, and it's the human, the link between when we have this. And I wish like other presenters would have just called me to check, oh, are you Gaëlle, what are you doing? And instead of that, some people, sometimes I had like some already contract signed and no one is going to pay, no one is taking the phone to say, what are you doing? I'm so sorry.
yeah,
It's just an email like, your concert is cancelled. Not everyone, huh? But it's like there is a big range, like from, and I'm like, well, yeah,
I thought we were community. Yeah,
yeah, like no.
yeah,
So
no,
this-
because that has sort of been the, well, Marlow's mission is to create community through music, and so it's nice that we do this around the guitar, but the community is why we do this, right? So we have this amazing community of performers who come and this amazing audience who love guitar. So we thought, what can we do if we can't gather for a little while? Because we're worried too, because it's possible that we can have the concerts again, but with a limited capacity in the
I
audience.
know,
But then how do you survive? So how can you
exactly.
give a fair fee to an artist when you can only have 50 or 100 people in the audience? And so
I know.
those things worry us a lot. And also, will our audience feel safe? And will the audience want to be social? And so we're a
Yes.
little worried too. But at the same time, like as we were hearing, I don't know if you know Matt Hinsley. He's in Austin, and he's this
Yes.
amazing mentor. And he was saying, like, this is the time our audiences need us more than ever, because the idea of, as you were saying earlier, about bringing culture to people and
Totally.
yeah, just bringing beauty into our lives. So, well, it's so good to see you and to know that you have found your feet with getting this working platform going with online, and really good luck with it. I'm sure once people find out they can take lessons with you, you're going to be very busy.
I hope so.
That's
Yeah.
great. Okay. Well,
Oh,
good luck with everything, and yes, So, and I hope your little boy has a nice long list of fun things to do.
Yes, totally. Yeah. So I send big hugs to all the community and the audience. So yeah,
Thank you.
say my
Hugs
heart.
to you.
Thank you.
So great to see you. Bye.
Bye.